Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mike Collette from CrossFit Prototype. We're going to go through how we structure our warm-up here at CFP. So if you take a look at the board, we have a few different things going on. This is actually our workout from Tuesday the 13th. And basically how we structure our warm-up is all specific to the workout of the day. So just to go through, just like normal CrossFit gyms, we have some sort of warm-up, then following with a strength/skill, and then a conditioning workout, and we'll follow that up with some basic general cool-down exercises. But how we structure our warm-up is just a little bit differently. We like to focus on prepping your muscles and making sure that everything's ready to go. We're activating, but also mobilizing, and also potentially based on the workout, doing some stability work, and then we get into our specific prep work as well. So the first section of our warm-up we call our general prep, and like I said, these are exercises to really activate the muscles, get these movement patterns grooved. That's going to facilitate success for the rest of the day, the rest of the exercises we're going to be doing in our strength or in our conditioning. So today, our strength, we had some single leg step-ups, which we paired with some landmine presses. So single leg exercise or accessory work, and the landmine press and accessory exercise to any overhead pressing that we're going to be doing, which is complementary to the Metcon. For the Metcon for this day, we had 5 rounds for time, 12 shoulder overhead, followed by 25 kettlebell swings. So a nice little burner in that and the conditioning portion. But back to the warm-up, and take a look at some of these movements. Actually, we have videos for all these movements, how to do them as well. If we look at the general prep, first movement here is called an active hamstring. So obviously this is an exercise that we're using our quads to get some stretch, get some activation, get some blood flow to those hamstrings, which is going to play into the success of the kettlebell swing. So no one's straining hamstrings, we're getting these muscles fired. We follow that up with a PVC pipe lat stretch, which is going to help lengthen the lats, help us with our overhead mobility. We follow that up with a little bit more specific activation drill with the pike pass-through, which involves you in a push-up position and then piking to get some upward rotation of the scapula. So again, that's going to assist with the overhead movements that we have in not only our strength, the landmine press, but also in our conditioning with the shoulder to overhead. And then we follow up our last movement of our general prep is a rocking hip flexor mobilization to activate, fire the glutes, to lengthen and get some like I said, some length into those hip flexors, which is going to play into our hip hinge pattern with the kettlebell swing, and also with these landmine presses. These are going to be in a half kneeling position, so it just gets people accustomed to being in that half kneeling position, ready to press. After we finish our general prep, and this takes anywhere between 5 to 8 minutes at the most, we then move into our specific prep. And our specific prep are exercises that are directly related or correlated to the movements in our strength and into our conditioning. So we have some inline lunges, which is a great exercise to work some ankle mobility, get the quads firing, but also it's going to challenge people's stability. It's also a movement that you use in the FMS, Great Cook's FMS, as a screening exercise. So we're also getting some good work in with that as well. We follow that up with 10 Russian kettlebell swings, which is just exactly what we're going to be doing in the Metcon. So this allows our coaches to take a look at the patterns. How's people's swing looking for that day? Anyone having any issues? So we might be able to either progress or regress that exercise from the warm-up and into the conditioning portion. And then we follow that up with 5 push press and 5 push jerks with a hold. So basically holding, after we do the push press, holding it at the top to create some stability. Same thing with the jerk, is holding it at the bottom to create the stability. And this allows us to groove this movement pattern, work on some practice. Okay, so someone that's having trouble with the push press allows us to get a little bit of practice in under light load. But it's also a movement that's going to be directly related into our conditioning, the 12 shoulder overhead. So as you guys know, the push press and push jerk are typically the most efficient ways to get the bar from shoulder to overhead in a conditioning workout. And we would hit 2 rounds of that. So again, general prep exercises to create some length, get the blood flow, but then we add in our specific prep afterwards, which is those movements are more directly correlated to our strength and our conditioning. And that is our warm-up, guys. Thanks.